Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to be filming a video which I am a bit nervous to film and which sort of fits in with the whole video itself. But I'm going to be filming my anxiety story. So I've written down in this notebook everything that I'm going to be talking about so I don't forget anything. Also, I'm not going to include in this video like techniques that I use to cope my anxiety. I was going to, but I feel like that would make the video too long, and I noticed you guys don't like too long videos, so I'm going to do that in a separate video if you guys want that. But yeah, so for this video I'm going to share with you my anxiety story. So my anxiety sort of sprouted from back in 2012 when I was admitted to intensive care with my myasthenia gravis. It got to the point where I couldn't swallow or breathe, so I had to be admitted to intensive care for like breathing, basically to put on a machine that breathes for me. I was misdiagnosed a few times before that. Apparently it's a very hard thing to diagnose, I don't know, but I was told that it was anxiety. So obviously I was like, oh, there's nothing wrong with me, it's gonna be fine. Turned out there was, and I don't want to scare any of you guys and make you think, oh, there's something wrong with me. Chances are there's not. I'm just an awkward case because they thought it was just my CF or something, and they tended to just think around my CF rather than thinking of something else because they didn't think there could be anything else wrong with me. Yeah, so it started from there, and I was very conscious about my health from then on, worrying that there was going to be something else wrong with me because obviously I thought CF was enough. Then along came two other illnesses. It sort of planted the seed for a whole range of worries to come out of it. I went a few years then being absolutely fine, nervous but not panicking really, until about late 2014 where I had my very first actual panic attack. I wasn't well, my health wasn't great, I had a chest infection so I was really unwell, and I started panicking and I thought I was dying. I went hot, I went sweaty, I felt dizzy, I thought I was going to faint, and yeah, it was just a horrible feeling. So that was like my first memory of having a panic attack, but it quickly went and I didn't really experience one again. But after that point I was so worried about my health because I thought there's something seriously wrong with me, it's not anxiety, there's something wrong, I need to see someone. So we got in touch with my hospital where I see for my CF, and they got me in touch with the children's psychologist at the Birmingham Children's Hospital, where I saw her for a few sessions, and I feel like it really helped. It was someone I hadn't seen before, and I feel like seeing a new face when you've got a whole different issue really helps because you get someone else's view on it. I saw her for a little bit and my anxiety did get worse because of factors in my life like panic attacks, moving schools and everything, but overall seeing her really did help, and she taught me some coping mechanisms and ways to calm down when I am having a panic attack. But it wasn't until later in 2015 where I actually saw a psychiatrist where he actually said you've got anxiety and depression. In 2015 my health wasn't great and I had an injection at school that everyone had to have, but because of my complex illnesses I did have a reaction to it, and of course that sprouted another seed in my head and made me think that there was something else wrong with me. Thinking back now it sounds very irrational, but in the moment, if you guys suffer anxiety you'll know, it felt very real and I thought that something else was going to happen to me. I came out in a rash and I thought my throat's going to close up, and from that point then for a few months I wouldn't eat anything new. I'd eat like basic things, so I thought I can't be allergic to that because I was scared I was going to be allergic to anything new, where I'm not allergic to anything. I'm really lucky I have no allergies. It was just a simple reaction and apparently it's very common. But yeah, that's just started a whole new train of fear. I then got out of that phase and went on to another phase where I was paranoid and checking my body every day, more like 10 times a day for something to be wrong with me. So I would like check if I had a headache, I'd see if I felt sick, if I did this to myself. I'd just like feel just anything. I would be on the lookout for any sort of signs of any illness, and then I did the worst thing I could have done, which was Google anything that I did feel was wrong with me. If I had a bit of a headache I'd Google it and it would tell me I was going to die, and obviously it's not good for anyone, but when you have anxiety it just made things 100 times worse. So that was like one of the really bad times in my life, and it got to the point where I was just anxious 24/7. Oh, it was honestly such a horrible time. I also had another experience where it sounds so stupid to say and I'm a bit nervous to say this. I was just going down the stairs at school and there's someone on each railing and I'm the sort of person where I like to hold on, make sure I'm safe, and I couldn't, so I went to step down and I was just overcome with this fear of anxiety, and I was just hit with this wave of dizziness and everything, and I had a panic attack. And from then on, I was just scared of going up and down stairs. It sounds so silly now, but it was so real. And I still suffer with that things now. I'm on medication now, but I still suffer with worrying about the stairs. Sometimes if I'm not well and I already feel a bit iffy, then adding that to the equation makes things so much worse. So I feel like that moment really has impacted my life, and it might sound so stupid, but I feel like that moment really changed my life, and I think I can get over it, but it's just so weird how one tiny moment can change your whole life. It also got to the point where I couldn't sit through a session with the psychologist without having a panic attack and having to leave the room. That where I had the sessions was up a few stairs, and that made me worry, and that's when the psychologist decided she couldn't do anything else yet, so she referred me to a psychiatrist, which is a doctor of mental health, and he put me on some medication, which is an antidepressant medication, and not a lot of people know this, but I am on medication, and it honestly turned my life around. I don't think I'd have been able to get through that patch of my life without seeing that doctor, him putting me on some medication and just changing everything. Honestly, my life has changed so much for the better, and I'm so grateful for it. But yeah, I'm on fluoxetine, which is an antidepressant medication, because I was suffering with depression as well, because I couldn't do anything. I just had no interest in anything, and obviously that is one of the first telltale signs of depression. So honestly, I don't know what I would have done without that. A lot of people think once you get put on medication it goes away, but it doesn't. I still have to learn a lot of techniques, and I still get times where I'm really anxious, whether that's because I'm in hospital, I'm unwell, or there's just a lot of stress. So for example, exams are at the minute, so that's a lot of stress for me and anyone, but I will get through this, and we can get through this together, because at the end of the day it's anxiety and depression, and we can kick its ass. So if you're going through a rough time with anxiety or depression, just know you're not alone, and you will get through this, and that is an absolute promise. You can do this, and I know you can. I hope this video was slightly interesting for you. Like I said, I will do another video maybe next month where I show you some techniques that I use to cope with my anxiety. If you like that, give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below of any other sort of videos you'd like to see from me. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.